The National Retail Federation expected 116 million people to shop in-store or online today, and the deals will extend throughout the weekend and beyond. Some of the biggest sales are on electronics.
We've been seeing a ton of deals on 4K TVs. Those are the latest standard of TV, very high picture quality, just great TVs.
The price tag on tablets slashed on average 33%, televisions 22%, and computers 16%.